JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, St. Elizabeth, person of interest charged with murder. Domain Robinson, the man who last week turned himself into the St. Elizabeth police after being listed as a person of interest in the death of basic school teacher Chanel Smith in Sandybank, St. Elizabeth, has been charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder. The charges stem from a July 22, 2019 incident. The police reported that about 6:15 p.m. on the day in question, 41-year-old Damien Day was gunned down in Southfield, St. Elizabeth. The deceased, a taxi operator, was reportedly parked in the town square when two men approached him. One of them then pulled a gun and shot him several times to the chest. Day was rushed to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The officers added that 28-year-old Robinson, who is also known as Domain Miles, Starboy Miles, and Lizard, was charged following an interview in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being arranged. He remains in police custody as the police continue their investigations into other matters. Alleged car thief charged after being held with stolen Honda Fit. Swift action by the police resulted in the recovery of a stolen Honda Fit motor vehicle and the arrest of an alleged car thief on Saturday. Charged with larceny of a motor vehicle is 36-year-old Jason Blake, a resident of Rosemont District in St. Catherine. Police said the 2004 vehicle was reportedly stolen between 5:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. at the intersection of Haining Road and Worthington Avenue in St. Andrew. A report was immediately made to the police, who, after receiving information, coordinated their resources. The vehicle, being driven by Blake, was intercepted at the intersection of Mullines and Eastwood Park Roads in the corporate area. Blake was taken into custody and, following further investigations, was subsequently arrested and charged. Cops seize gun, man arrested. While patrolling a section of Moho Drive in the St. Andrew South Police Division on Thursday, a police team seized a 9mm pistol and arrested one man. His identity has not yet been disclosed. According to reports, when the team got to a premises on Moho Drive about 1:50 p.m., individuals at the location were observed acting suspiciously. The police reportedly carried out a snap raid. During a search of one of the individuals, they allegedly removed the pistol with a magazine and 11 rounds of ammunition from the man's waistband. He was subsequently arrested. Senior citizen killed in crash. A vehicular crash on Caribbean Terrace, Arborview, Kingston 17 on Thursday, December 16, claimed the life of 62-year-old Neville Hodges. Reports from the Harborview police are that about 7 p.m., Hodges was crossing the roadway when he was hit by a Ford Fusion motor truck. He was assisted to the hospital where he died whilst being treated. The driver of the motor truck has been warned for prosecution as investigations continue. The deceased was from St. Benedict's Heights in Arborview. 46-year-old man charged with robbery with aggravation and wounding with intent. Lawmen assigned to the Kingston Central Police Station say they have charged 46-year-old Ted Richards, otherwise called Seven, of Bartley Lane, Kingston 13, with robbery with aggravation and wounding with intent, following an incident on Port Royal Street, downtown Kingston last month. Reports are that about 11 a.m. on Sunday, November 14, a man went to deposit money at an ATM in the area when he was pounced upon by Richards, who was armed with a knife. Richards allegedly stabbed the man in his back and the left side of his face and robbed him of the money. Following investigations, detectives arrested Richards on Sunday, December 12. He was placed on an identification parade where it was pointed out. He was charged on Thursday, December 16. His court date is being finalized. Ruling in King haircut case, it's snag. A ruling from Jamaica's chief prosecutor for a recommendation on whether anyone should be charged in relation to the alleged forcible haircut of a Rastafarian teenager at the Four Parts police station in Clarendon has suffered a delay. Director of Public Prosecutions DPP Paula Llewellyn had indicated that she would have made a ruling this week. However, when contacted on Thursday, Llewellyn said that her office needed clarity on an aspect of the probe and has returned to the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM. The DPP said the team has gone through the Commission's report on the incident but is not yet in a position to complete the ruling. When we went through it again out of an abundance of caution, we decided that one area that needed clarity will seek from the investigators to explore that particular line of inquiry and to give us their responses, Llewellyn said. The ruling from the DPP will propose whether the police will prefer criminal charges or disciplinary action. The 19-year-old woman, Nsinga King, alleged that she was trimmed by a police corporal while in custody on July 22. The alleged haircut was purportedly done because King was reportedly deemed a suicide risk. Rastafarian doctrine outlaws haircuts. According to King, the alleged haircut resurrected memories of being gang raped when she was 16. Her story sparked national outrage about the continued treatment of the Afrocentric religious minority and about police abuse. Police Commissioner Anthony Anderson ordered investigators from the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau to probe the matter, but later turned over the investigations to Indicom. The police watchdog handed over the King file to the DPP on November 11. Man freed of gun charge after cops conflicting accounts. A man held on illegal gun charges was acquitted in the Home Circuit Court on Wednesday after a police officer gave conflicting evidence in court in comparison to that which he had stated in an interview given to the media. Ramel Kelly had been charged following an incident in which a Smith & Wesson firearm was recovered along Lyndhurst Road in St. Andrew in February 2020. Allegations are that on the day of the incident, the officers got information that a car, which was suspected of being used by criminals in an earlier robbery, was intercepted along Lyndhurst Road when 3 men alighted and tried to escape. Kelly was held by the lawmen and subsequently arrested and charged for the recovered firearm. However, in an interview he gave to the press on the day of the incident, the police officer said that only 2 men had alighted from the vehicle. During cross-examination, the officer sought to distance himself from the media report, but after being shown the footage, he eventually agreed that he had said that only 2 men had run from the vehicle, adding that he was not aware that it was being recorded during the interview. He also said he must have made a mistake. At the end of the trial, the judge found Kelly not guilty, partly due to the contradiction. Defense attorney Kemma Robinson said that it was the 3rd time that he had personally seen a case in which a police officer gave contradictory evidence against an accused on firearm charges. If the officer does not have a good explanation, it would be resolved in the accused person's favor. Robinson said of the cases in which police give conflicting testimonies. In light of the outcome and Prime Minister Andrew Holness's recent statement about life imprisonment for persons found guilty of illegal possession of firearm, Robinson said the Firearms Act already provides for such sentences under the appropriate circumstance. The reality, though, is that you have what are called sentencing guidelines, and you have usual starting points. A lot of time, persons get in trouble for a particular offense, and they are uncertain as to what the sentencing could be. But with the sentencing guidelines, a person can also know or have a close idea of what their sentence would be, the attorney said. Although acknowledging that he had not spoken with his client about setbacks the case may have caused, Robinson said that the normal set of circumstances, being jailed, especially in circumstances awaiting a trial, is always uncomfortable. Appeal to motorists. Give the gift of safety this Christmas. With 2 weeks left in the year, 446 people have been killed in 399 fatal crashes, and the Road Safety Unit RSU is pleading with motorists to drive for life and give the gift of safety during the festive season. The RSU is reporting that fatal crashes and fatalities have both increased by 9% so far this year when compared to the similar period in 2020. The best Christmas present you can give is the gift of safety for you, your family, and other road users, said Director of the RSU, Deirdre Hudson Sinclair. Safety is the best gift you can give this year and every year, so please take care and enjoy this valuable time with friends and family, Hudson Sinclair continued. She is also pleading with motorists and other road users to be responsible on the roads and obey the curfew hours. The latest statistics from the RSU on Thursday show that fatalities during curfew hours and lockdowns account for 34% of the total fatalities recorded since the start of the year. During curfew hours, 151 people perished in 124 fatal crashes up to December 16. Curfews and lockdowns have been imposed to help curtail the spread of coronavirus on the island. Let us stop injuring and killing our fellow Jamaicans. This Christmas can be a casualty-free one with no deaths if road users obey the road code and curfew mandates, said Hudson Sinclair. The RSU is also urging passengers of public passenger vehicles to speak up against speed, reckless driving, and distracted driving. We can all have a casualty-free Christmas, she said. Meanwhile, the RSU is reminding drivers to always wear a seatbelt, pull off the road safely to use a mobile phone, slow down and drive within the speed limit. It said 34% of people killed in crashes this year are motorcyclists, 20% are drivers of private motor vehicles, and 19% were pedestrians. Passengers accounted for 20% of road deaths, while the combined category of vulnerable road users, which is made up of motorcyclists, pedal cyclists, pedestrians, and pillion riders, made up 61% of all fatalities so far. 45 more COVID-19 cases, 8 more deaths reported. Jamaica reported 45 new COVID-19 cases and 8 additional deaths, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 91,972 and the death toll to 2,441. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the deaths occurred between August 24 and December 14. The deceased are a 67-year-old man from Manchester, an 85-year-old man from Hanover, 2 women from St. Elizabeth, ages 81 and 72, a 92-year-old man from St. Elizabeth, an 88-year-old woman from St. James, a 93-year-old woman from Portland, and a 95-year-old man from St. Mary. Of the newly reported cases, there were 24 females and 21 males, with ages ranging from 1 to 88 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, St. James, 9 each, Manchester, St. Anne, St. Catherine, 7 each, St. Thomas, 4, Trelawney and Westmoreland, 1 each. The country also recorded 37 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 63,661. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.